Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining my session. My name is Shabnam Mayel. I'm the Senior Marketing Manager of Jakarta EE at the Eclipse Foundation. If you have any questions or you want to have some discussions about Jakarta EE, feel free to reach out to me. You can see my handle, Twitter handle, and email address there. So the title of the presentation is Jakarta EE's success comes with a strong open source community. As you can see there, the badge, this year marks the 5th anniversary of Jakarta EE since the move of Java EE into the Eclipse Foundation. And I just want to highlight that since the talk is about the community, last year we released Jakarta EE 10, which signifies the first innovation release where we truly issued new specifications within the existing specifications, and we are really happy about the way that the community has prospered and fostered new specifications, and we're here to celebrate that. So first, let me talk a little bit about the Eclipse Foundation itself. Eclipse Foundation was established around 18 years ago, and we are seeing significant growth since then. We are now at around over 415 projects, 320 members, almost 1,800 committers that are working on various projects, and 50 professional staff, 20 working groups, but over 332 million lines of code, which is a good indicator that we have a growing and vibrant community at the Eclipse Foundation. So with this slide, I want to put Jakarta EE into context with a number of other initiatives at the Eclipse Foundation around open Java technologies and cloud-native Java technologies. So in addition to Jakarta EE, we have another specification group called Microprofile. Within the enterprise Java space, we have Eclipse Glassfish, we have Eclipse Jetty, and Vertex, all open source Java projects. And within the tooling side, we have Eclipse Che, which is a web-based tooling for Java developers. And within the Java SE side, we have Adoptium, which is doing enterprise-grade Java SE runtimes for OpenJDK. And we have OpenJ9, which is our version of virtual Java machines. So as you can see, Jakarta is only a part of the overall Java community that we have here at Eclipse Foundation. And basically, Jakarta EE has been a part of the Eclipse Foundation for going on 5 years now. And it's an industry consortium that is responsible for building the community, developing and approving specifications, driving awareness around the Jakarta brand, and establishing the technical roadmap for future releases, and ensuring compatibility. So compatibility is one of the success factors for the enterprise Java space, initially for Java EE and now for Jakarta EE. And as we go through this presentation, you'll see that we are celebrating the growing number of the compatible implementations, which is a good indicator that the community is growing significantly. So Jakarta at the Eclipse Foundation, by the numbers, we are seeing 40% growth in terms of the number of members year over year, which is something that we're really proud of. 170 committers that are working on various projects, 55 open source projects that includes TCKs, specifications, and compatible implementations, which builds in 154 GitHub repositories. And we are seeing 18% growth in terms of the lines of code year over year, which is, again, a good indicator that the community is growing. But what is Jakarta EE? So Jakarta EE is a set of specifications. And with the specifications, we are talking about 3 main artifacts. Number of APIs or no API, specification document, TCKs. So it's basically a conceptual artifact of what the specification is. But we need to have a compatible implementations to verify these specifications, and that's what the TCKs are for. to verify that compatible implementations and test compatibility kits are a set of tests that would verify these specifications. And we need to have at least one compatible implementation to be able to say that that specification is final. So looking at Jakarta EE historically, with the first number of releases, and by that I mean Jakarta EE 8, 9, 9.1, we're really talking about moving Java EE 8 into the Eclipse Foundation and establishing a new specification process, establishing a vendor-neutral, open-source process for community to provide guides for developing enterprise and cloud-native Java. And Jakarta EE 10 is where we are truly seeing innovations from the community members that are building guides for developing enterprise applications within the Jakarta EE space. So Jakarta EE 11 is in works, and I'll talk about that in the a few slides. But we are backed by industrial leaders. For example, Oracle has been instrumental in moving the JCP and Java EE into the Eclipse Foundation. Red Hat has been instrumental in making the EE 10 release happen. And also a number of other members such as Payara, IBM, Fujitsu, and Tommy Tribe. And also some individuals that are not necessarily member companies, but they have been instrumental in making the release happen, which is a good indicator that the leadership that is involved in making Jakarta EE and the ecosystem successful. So another thing to celebrate is the growing number of the compatible implementations. If you're familiar with the history of Java EE, the number of compatible implementations that were developed by the vendors has been flatlined for a number of years, if not declined. But with the move of Jakarta EE, Java EE to Jakarta EE, and the community that is working on Jakarta EE, we're seeing significant growth. And just to see some numbers, to be able to see the growth, last year in terms of the compatible platform implementations, we had 33, whereas now we are at 43 compatible implementations for platforms, which is significant growth. And now we have 4 core profiles that are basically a part of the Jakarta EE 10 release compatible implementations. So we just released Jakarta EE 10 late last year, and this is a community effort that, and the theme is modernize, simplify, lightweight. But what we're really excited about for this release is the new profile called Core Profile. I think it's been around a decade that we haven't seen any new profile within the Java Enterprise space. And this new profile is targeting smaller runtimes, and Core Profile currently is a part of Web Profile, and Web Profile is a part of Platform, but that might not be the case in future. Another highlights that I can point out to is the CDI Lite, which is a whole new specification that facilitates in more restrictive environments, new API extensions, dynamic at build time, and removal of some deprecated API components. And Jakarta Security has done a new release as well, which supports OpenID Connect, updates to lower level APIs, and as I mentioned, Jakarta Core Profile was just released, which targets smaller runtimes. Another specification that did a new release is Jakarta Persistence, which basically develops UID as basic Java type, extending query language and query API. And Jakarta RESTful Services also did a release, updated API with backwards compatibility, standardizes a Java SE Bootstrap API, and multi-part form data support. So if you're interested to know more details about EE10 and what are the highlights, we have a whole page that is the one-stop shop for everything related to Jakarta EE10 on our website. So currently the community is working on Jakarta EE 11. The target release date is Q1 2024, and we are targeting Java SE version 21. The TCK runs with Java SE 21. And some of the possible new specifications that are going to do releases are Jakarta NoSQL, Jakarta Data, and Jakarta RPC. But the communication and discussions are still going on, so if you are interested to join the conversations or provide your feedback, or what are you looking forward, mostly for Jakarta 11, please join and create an issue within the repository that I added here. Your feedback is most welcome. So why and how to get involved in Jakarta EE, since we're talking about the community, right? Before we get into the details, I just wanted to mention that we have a survey that was open 2 weeks ago, which we want to understand if the community members are interested to contribute to Jakarta EE, what's blocking them from making the contributions. So far, we have had over 250 responses, which is very interesting to see. One of the main blockers is they don't know how to. They think that it has to be new code or innovations, but as I'm going to go through the slides, you can make contributions in many different ways. It doesn't have to be a new code or innovation. But yes, please participate in the survey. It takes, I think it's only 4 or 5 questions. Your feedback is really important to us. And what's in it for you? Why should you care? So you will learn from the best, from the industrial leaders that are involved in building the Jakarta specifications and the future direction of the technology. You'll get visibility and you can build your reputation. And you'll have the flexibility. You can work from anywhere in the world, and you're definitely making an influence in shaping the future of cloud-native Java technologies, Jakarta EE, and specifications. So we have a number of programs at the Jakarta EE working group where we're trying to celebrate the efforts and success of our contributors and committers. We promote them on our socials and various channels on a regular basis. We have a newsletter that goes to over 100,000 committers and contributors, and we feature the most prolific committers and contributors in that newsletter. So there are different ways, if you're interested, that you can be highlighted and get involved with the community. So for example, as you can see here, we are highlighting the top committers or contributors for Jakarta EE specifications on a regular basis. As a token of appreciation, we send them some nice swag. So it's always nice to recognize the efforts and help of the community. So we have a whole page that explains step by step, if you're interested to get involved into Jakarta EE, and some videos that teaches you how you can get involved. You can see the link there mentioned, Jakarta EE, get involved. But if you're a member company, you're good. You should be good because you have already signed the Eclipse contributor agreement. If you are an individual trying to contribute, you can just sign the contract and start contributing. And as I mentioned, there are many different ways that you can contribute. It doesn't have to be the code. It can be getting involved in getting the word out to the community, to wider community, promoting on socials, websites, and so on, conferences. Or it can be just technical work, which is working on Jakarta specifications, APIs, and specification documents. Or the work can be working on compatible implementations that are hosted at the Eclipse Foundation. Another way that you can get involved and contribute is by collateral work. There are always marketing materials and other technical assets that we are developing on a continual basis at the Eclipse Foundation, so we always need help with that. Where to start from? So you can create an Eclipse account at the URL that you see there, and then you can just search for the project that you're interested in. For example, the implementation projects or the specification projects or TCKs, And then if you want to get involved in the discussions with the community members that are working on these projects, you can sign up to the community mailing list that we have there, or go to the project repository and find a project you're interested in, create issues, have discussions with community members. Or if you want to look into other ways that you can get involved, we have this Connect page where you can sign up to various mailing lists. You can sign up for our newsletter. We have a virtual Jakarta EE Tech Talks. If you're interested in to talk about Jakarta EE or cloud native Java related projects, you can sign up for that and basically be able to present your talks. If you attended Alberto's talk before my talk, he mentioned that they're going to have a Jakarta One live stream in Spanish. So within the Jakarta EE working group, we have a number of conferences which are virtual, and some of them are specific to different languages. And you can see the timeline here. If you're interested in any of them, you can sign up. We have one in Spanish that is coming in November. So check out the Jakarta One live stream website, and if you're interested, make sure to register. If you're interested to present a talk there, you can always submit a talk as well. I think we have open call for papers for Jakarta One live stream in Portuguese. Another thing to mention there is that if you're interested to host your own event, you can also do that. We have some documentation that explains the process. If you want to host an event, a virtual event in your local language, you should be able to do that as well. So the EclipseCon is our event at in Germany in October 16 to 19. So call for paper is open. If you're interested to submit a talk related to cloud native Java, you have the opportunity to do that. We actually have a community day at EclipseCon on October 16. This year we're doing this community day a little bit differently. We are open to all Java projects. So if you're interested to attend this event, please submit your talk. We're closing call for paper on July 17th. And keep an eye on this page if you want to join as an attendee. That information is going to be posted soon as well. So in summary, what I talked about, to make the Jakarta EE releases happen, we have different committees here at the Jakarta EE Working Group. We have a steering committee which sets the technical direction. They have a program plan every year, which based on that, we have a marketing plan and a marketing committee that works on increasing the awareness around the brand. And as I mentioned, Jakarta EE 11 is in works. We're expecting a release in Q1 next year. And we have a number of releases that we already have, and we have a dedicated page. If you're interested to learn more about those releases, you can find those information. And we have a number of talks, webinars, virtual events that you can enjoy and join or even speak at. The list of compatible implementations are growing, which is something that we're really proud of. The list of our members are continuously growing. And it's really a community-driven vision that we are seeing with the new Jakarta EE projects and the specifications. So with that, I would like to thank you for your attention and time, and I would definitely love to have some questions. And don't forget, we have some swag, and the first person who asks the questions get an opportunity to choose what they want. Any questions? No? Thanks.